Most medical cannabis consumers begin with the same question: where do I get started? Well, before diving in, the first step is always consulting with your healthcare team to ensure that medical cannabis is a good option for you. Once you've been given the green light to begin your cannabis journey, it's important to remember you are unique. Factors like your age, gender, physical and mental health, previous experience with cannabis, and your unique endocannabinoid system will all contribute to your unique cannabis experience. So the question remains, where do you get started? Let's look at a step-by-step guide on exactly how to get started. The first question to ask yourself is, are you comfortable getting high or intoxicated? Let's consider the cannabinoids. If you are comfortable getting high, you can consider products with THC, the only intoxicating cannabinoid. If not, you can consider other products that feature cannabinoids like CBD, CBN, or CBG. Now remember, these won't get you high, but they will still affect your moods and your behaviors. The next thing to consider is the methods of consumption. How do you want to consume? Each of these methods will affect your overall experience, especially how quickly you feel the effects, which is called the onset, and how long the effects of the product last, which is called the duration. So what methods of consumption are available to you? You may choose inhalation, like smoking or vaping, ingestion, like eating or drinking, oral absorption, putting a product under the tongue or against the cheek, or topical application, like using creams or salves. Consider which method you are most comfortable with. The next element to take into account is the strength or potency of a product. If you're new to cannabis, consider products that are lower in THC until you have a better understanding of exactly how this intoxicating chemical will affect your body. The last element to take into account is to consider your dose. How much of the product do you want to consume? Now, the rule of thumb with cannabis is always start low and go slow. You can always consume more, but you cannot consume less. There are a number of unpleasant, uncomfortable, or even harmful effects associated with over-ingesting cannabis, so it's important to start with lower volumes of products until you have a better understanding of how they affect your unique body. It's also important to note, however, that there is no such thing as a lethal dose of cannabis. So let's do a recap. When you're thinking about where to get started and which product is right for you, consider, are you comfortable getting intoxicated? Which cannabinoids are you okay consuming? The next element is the method of consumption. Do you prefer inhalation, ingestion, oral absorption, or maybe topical application is best for you? The next thing to consider is the potency or strength of the product you're consuming. And lastly, it's the dose or the volume of the product that you choose. Once you've identified these 4 elements, you'll be well on your way to beginning your cannabis journey. But remember, it's always best to start by consulting with your healthcare team.